Have you ever watched someone sprinkle salt over a meal and realized how something so small can completely transform everything it touches? Friends, the same is true for your life. What may seem ordinary, your words, your actions, your presence, can either preserve and bless the world, or it can leave it stale and spoiled, depending on whether your life is selfless or selfish. Jesus said in Matthew 5:13, "Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost his savour, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and trodden under foot of men." Here, Jesus calls us to retain the purity and essence of salt in our lives. Salt in his day was essential. It preserved food from decay, purified, and was used in sacrifices to symbolize God's covenant. But not all salt was useful. Some deposits from the Dead Sea were mixed with other minerals and discarded because they could not season, preserve, or purify. Likewise, a person who lives selfishly, focused only on themselves, their comfort, or their desires, is like salt that has lost its savour. They lose the ability to positively influence the world. Their life may look successful or normal, but just as tasteless salt cannot preserve food or season a meal, their actions fail to preserve goodness, uplift others, or point them toward Jesus Christ. When someone lives according to the patterns of the world, it often appears in subtle, selfish behaviors, chasing pleasure at the expense of responsibilities, harboring hatred, lying, or seeking status and gain. These lives, though outwardly normal, are like impure salt, blending with the world and failing to preserve goodness. Luke 14:34-35 warns that such salt is useless and ultimately discarded. Contrast this with being the salt of the earth, yielding to the Holy Spirit to have the mind of Christ. A believer who puts others first, acts with integrity, and serves in love preserves goodness in the world. Every act of kindness, patience, or encouragement seasons those around them and points others to Jesus Christ. Mark 9:50 reminds us, "Have salt in yourselves and have peace one with another." Being salty is not prideful. It is living selflessly, guided by the Holy Spirit. A believer who lives selflessly in love and yields to the Holy Spirit works quietly and consistently to preserve hope, strengthen relationships, and transform the world, just as a pinch of salt seasons an entire meal. So I ask you today, are you living selfishly or unselfishly? Whose reflection is the world seeing in you? Your own desires or the purity, love, and character of Jesus Christ? Let's show the world that we are not like them. Stand apart, live distinctly, and be salt in a selfish world. Let the essence of Christ shine through you, and your life will make a difference that endures.